Hey everyone, welcome to the post-game show. That was a crazy game. We'll give them a couple seconds to walk away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was an Imperial Fist victory, but it was a last turn victory.
It was close.
It was extremely close. We were always within a point of each other through the entire game. And until the end, I was able to get a couple points. I had to kill that Death Crop to get a point, which was really hard. And I had to tank shock my Land Raiders repeatedly.
And if I could only have maybe dealt with Lysander.
I know.
Like even with so many shots, it was unit after unit thrown at him.
Yeah.
And still no.
No. When I'm rolling 2-ups, it's just... He's got a wound on him, I think.
I got one. Yes. And otherwise, I think had the game have gone indefinite rounds, he probably could have just walked around and hammered everyone.
The funny part about my list is, in the end, which we talked about this going into the game, is I felt I didn't have enough bodies on the table, and that ended up being true. I lost all my models, but 4. But the weird part is, those 4 models represented 2/3 of my points costs. 4 models combined, because each Land Raider is about 250 points, and Lysander is about 230, I think, roughly.
I mean, honestly, Luda's for MVP, right?
Oh, dude, your Ludas were amazing.
But I'm just going to say my truck because it sucked up so much of your fire, and I've never seen a truck run around against 3 Land Raiders and survive.
Yeah.
It was that rock. All faith in the rock.
The biggest downside to my deployment was that, and I knew this ahead of time, I only had 1 target on the table turn 1, which was my Devastators.
Yeah.
And you wiped them out with no... Like, your Ludas walked through them. It was crazy because you
I finally got lucky with my D3.
Yeah,
which was an actual D3, just in case they see it and say, "Oh, but it's actually just got 1, 2, and 3." Yeah.
Yeah, that knocked them out, and after that, it was like, okay, my Devastators are dead, and then I only had 3 small tax squads and an assault squad, and then the assault squad came down, and then you killed that too, and I thought, okay, and then what was it? Yeah, I just got wiped. That table, that one center of the table combat went on forever.
Yeah,
it happened.
3 units? Did I have 3 units? No, 2 units involved in that to begin with, and then a 3rd by the time he came in to finish it up there to get your line breaker and whatnot, I do believe. Yeah. Yeah,
so it's crazy. Rubik's doing something over there as well.
Yeah, he's eating something.
Rubik, put that down. So yeah, it was crazy, and in the end, I had Land Raiders on the tip. One of my Land Raiders immobilizing itself was huge, and I was really worried after that if the other 2 did it, I was done.
Well, especially since it was the one with the flamer.
I know!
And so therefore, just stay out of that 8-inch bubble, and I'm good.
Yeah, because the great thing about Land Raider Redeemers, what I find is, because of Power Machine Spirit, you can actually shoot them up 12 inches and then flame.
That's amazing.
So, and it's strength 6 AP3, so I'm wounding you on 2s, and you only get your Feel No Pain against it.
Yep.
So it kills 2/3 of the guys it hits, and that would be huge against your list, because you had our boys.
Yes, which actually I usually, I didn't think a 4-up armor save would really do me any good, but against Bolter Fire, it's great.
Against Space Vanilla Marines, it is a very good thing, because Bolter Fire normally goes through your armor save, and now and plus you're being very smart with your bouncing between cover.
I was trying to, yeah.
So you always basically had a 4-up, 5-up, unless it's a las cannon or something. But
and then the Feel No Pain with the Pain Boys and my squad's boys.
Exactly, and it kept your guys alive. In the end, you had a lot of guys still left on the table. I think points-wise, I think we killed about as many points of each other's army, but it was differently represented.
Yes.
Because my last 4 models on the table represented just under 1,000 points.
Yeah.
Lysander, he's a beast. Like, the thing is, I don't see any reason to take Belial over Lysander, for example. Like Belial for the Dark Angels versus Lysander. He's Eternal Warrior, he's Strength 10, and he's Feel No Pain. Versus Belial, who doesn't get Feel No Pain, doesn't have Strength 10, he's Strength 8. But
he allows you to bring certain troops, doesn't he?
No, that was taken away. Now you can't take Deathwing as troops, and you can't take Ravenwing as troops.
Yeah.
Codex review. So, yeah. Anything you would have done differently?
Well, maybe spent some points different. My Burnas, looking back, either Burnas in the truck, once I get a battle wagon, putting them in a battle wagon will make a big difference, but really this army was what I had painted.
Same. Like, this was my army too. Eventually I want to get a few scouts and then bring in some librarians and have a bunch of different lists, but this is the only formation I could put on the table that everything was painted. Yeah. And it was, like, putting 3 Land Raiders on the table is just so silly. Because if
awesome. I like it.
If my opponent has an answer to it, I'm done. Like if you had if this was against another Vanilla Marines and they had Devastators, I could have lost one per turn, a Land Raider.
I just like the fact that it was numbers versus armor.
I know.
Right? It was armor I could do nothing about, and numbers that
I could do nothing about.
1 or 2 off per round.
Yeah,
well, per unit.
I was usually killing 1 boy per squad per turn or something like. It was just hilarious. And then you'd assault me, and
it was good.
It was good. So thank you as always for coming. That was an awesome game.
Thank
you. And stay tuned for the next one. We got to have him back with more orcs. I'll have some more Imperial Fists, and it'll be some craziness. We'll try to bring as many new guys as we can.
Sounds great.
So until next time, this is Jay and
Stu
saying.